Remember yesterday we talked about annoying people and that the realization is actually the person we're annoyed at is ourselves. We're in denial about an aspect, an imperfection of ours. We all have thousands of them. I could probably do week-long videos of all my imperfections. And so when we're annoyed at somebody else, we're seeing the imperfection in ourselves, one that we're not aware of. Like almost all of us, we're not even aware that we have that imperfection. And two, ultimately, we don't see it, and two, we haven't forgiven ourselves for it. And so I wanted to follow up because now now that you know that's how this works, that whenever you judge, blame, or criticize anyone or anything, you're literally screaming at yourself to go heal this part of yourself and forgive yourself. Well, it's like a friend of mine, he's started learning about this process from me just about a month ago. And it was just the other day, like it finally clicked in. He started to see all of his judgments and all the people he's frustrated with. And, that's what happens. It boomerangs back. He's like, oh my God, I do that. And basically, he started to see his imperfections. And, he sent me a text and he goes, this feels kind of insulting, like to admit this about myself. And I said, yes, it does. And this is what I want you to be aware of, because if you do this work, like literally you're this close to like pure joy. But we're kind of like, oh, I don't want to go there. I want to learn this stuff. I don't want to look at myself that way. Because of that feeling of, oh my God, I didn't notice I was imperfect in this way. And so it does feel like an insult. But here's the thing to remember. This is why you're feeling that insult. Those were the insults. That was the pain that was placed into you in childhood. Okay? It's not your pain. And that's why we have to go there. Because we're carrying that. We haven't processed it. It's actually stuck in our brain and body. And now we're acting it out, pointing the finger at somebody else because no one's shown us how. No one told us. Our parents didn't teach us, hey, this is what's going to happen to you. And because no one taught them. And so they transferred because they judged and blamed and criticized you. So they transferred their own imperfections right into you. Made you the problem. Why didn't you clean your room? Why didn't you come home on time? Why didn't you do the dishes? Why'd you do it this way? Why'd you do it that way? All those judgments, blames, and criticisms got dumped into you. Now, some of it obviously was teaching us stuff, but most of it was their own imperfections. No one taught them how to face, and so they gave them to us. And so it's an opportunity to recognize the separation, because you've heard me talk about we're born a person and we develop personalities, and these personalities are not who we really are. Well, this pain, this sense of insult, discovering these things about yourself, that's a personality. That's not who you are. That negative feeling you're going to experience as you discover these things about yourself, what you're discovering is, oh my God, this is my injury. This is the personality I had to develop to separate away from who I was as a person just to survive. Well, for the first time in your life, you get to mourn that. And that's where the forgiveness comes in. You go, oh my God, well, no wonder I judged them. No wonder I blame them. I couldn't have been any other way. So you're going to look, how was this message placed into you? And once you see that, you can forgive yourself. And now you're free. And so I absolutely love it whenever I start judging, blaming, criticizing somebody, because I know I'm talking to myself. I'm going, hey, Kenny, you got some trauma that's keeping you from loving yourself and accepting yourself completely. And so that's what I wanted you to walk away with is don't turn away from this new information, new knowledge. This is your savior. This will change your life forever. Bring peace and the relationships you have. Like since our conversation, this person I was talking about, he goes, I was in this meeting and all these people, everything that was going on, I was getting really angry, frustrated. And so I realized, why am I angry? He was judging them. He's going, they're a fraud. This is careless. This isn't going to work. Well, all of his life, he learned to stuff that. But because of learning about this, he brought it up. He said, I hear that this works for you guys, but it doesn't work for me. And if this is the path everyone's going to go on, I'm going to have to leave the situation. He learned to say no. He stood up for himself. He dropped that trauma, that sense of, oh, I've got to get along and please everybody else. And he used his judgment, blame, and criticism to realize, oh my God, I'm the problem. And the problem is I'm not speaking from my morals and values, my needs and wants, my negotiables and non-negotiables. I'm in my personality trying to get people to like me, not in my person. And he started to cry. He goes, you know what happened? He goes, as soon as I did that, almost everyone else on the conference call had these deep, incredibly vulnerable moments. A couple people were crying. They all agreed with me. And it transformed into this wonderful process that's going to make the whole, program that they're doing just insanely much, so much better in what everybody wants. But where did it originate from? He went towards the pain. He went towards the darkness. He went towards the judgment, and he saw his imperfection. And as soon as he saw it, he was able to speak. He could accept it. He could forgive himself, and then he could speak his truth. And by him doing that, he gave permission to everyone else in the room. So please, look for the people, places, and things that annoy you, and turn them back on yourself. And you'll have the exact same experience as him. So please tell me stories over the next week as you start to do this. Come back to this post and share with everybody all the same. You're going to have the exact same realizations he had. Your life's going to change like that. Like you won't believe how powerful and how great your life gets instantly when you do this. So come back to this post. Tell us all the stories of how you saw your imperfection, you forgave yourself, and the world around you got so much better. All right? Have a great day. I hope that helps you.